Hi guys, and welcome back to a new episode of Grenzenlos, your dance podcast. I'm here with Maja today. Welcome. We're happy to have you.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Do you want to introduce yourself? I think you can do it better than me.
Sure. Hi, everybody. My name is Maja Keres. I am a dancer, choreographer, teacher, originally from Rijeka, Croatia, but I live in the States for the past 9 years now, and actually in Los Angeles for the last 8, and just building my career over there.
Amazing. I went to a workshop of yours. That's why I got the idea to invite you, and I loved your workshop. We're gonna be I'm gonna give the people like a really, really quick overview what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk generally. I'm gonna give it away for a second. You have been dancing on tours, you're a professional dancer. We're gonna be talking about conditions, touring, generally also the paperwork as a European in the United States, and also being the human within the business. A lot of topics. Yeah, so if you're a dancer interested in touring one day, I think this conversation is going to be really, really, really interesting. But I do want to start actually because I was waking up and I had no, I did not have the thought today. I was thinking about it for long already. But I want to hear your opinion because you know what I recognized. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna ask you first.
Yes.
In your opinion, does talent exist in the dance scene?
Does talent exist?
Talent, yes.
Oh, as in are you born with a talent, or how do you mean?
Are some people just more talented than others?
I actually had this conversation recently with a photographer friend of mine, and then we were discussing the talent and what you are born with, and then what you can work on to improve. And we did have a great discussion, but I still don't have an answer to that because I do think that having a will to improve, it's so strong, and I think it can create miracles. Believing that you can do something and that you can then you actually do it, like the focus, the determination to do something. I think it can bring you such high levels of skills. But then on the other hand, when we were talking, and then we had an example of music as maybe a singer, or yes, let's say a singer. And I don't know the answer to that. Like, if you are born and you don't have the ear for music, like you're sound deaf, I don't know what's the expression. Can you really improve that and work on that? I don't know. I would love to know, or if you find out that somebody has done that, I would love to know. Please tell me. So I feel like some talents for sure can be worked on. But then some things like that, like the sense for music, I don't know. But I feel the physical things, athleticism, and sorry, why I mentioned the music is because obviously dance is not just physical thing, but it has to do a lot with the music and the rhythm. So I wonder, I feel like physically you can improve a lot, but what if you're born without a sense for rhythm? I wonder if you can improve that. So I didn't give you an answer, I guess. I just gave you some of my thoughts. Yeah, because it was last week that I had this discussion, actually. So yeah, funny you asked me that. Yeah, I think it's an open discussion. But I have received here is like, I'm switching the topic, but
Mhm.
I received a great question yesterday. I had a workshop here in Zagreb, and there was like a Q&A after. And one girl asked me, when do you know, I guess, or when can you consider yourself a professional dancer?
Ooh, okay.
And
Mhm.
I gave her some of my answers, but then like I give another answer and then another answer, because as I was thinking about it, I was getting all these new ideas, and then I told her, honestly, I don't know the real answer. I think the
Mhm.
lines are very blurred, because
Mhm.
on one hand, I feel like the word professional is more of a mindset and attitude to me. And that's how I started like answering. Someone can sure live off of dance and work as a dancer and make a living of it, but are they professional, as in like, are they behaving in a professional way? So
Mhm.
that's like a tricky thing. But then
Mhm.
on the other hand, especially in Los Angeles, for example, there's so many people in the entertainment industry,
Mhm.
actors, singers, dancers, whatever, that have a side job, but that doesn't make them not professional
Exactly, yeah.
actors, you know? So anyways, also I was I took the question. I said I am absolutely gonna think about it. It was
Mhm.
last night, and then afterwards I was sitting down with some friends and I asked them the same question, and we
Mhm.
were having a discussion. We still, we don't know I don't think there is an answer, but one of the answers, I feel it was, once you feel that you are, then you are.
Okay.
That's a good one,
Yeah,
right?
that's a good one.
So
Yeah.
yeah, let me know if you have any thoughts on that.
On the professional part or on the
Yeah,
talent part?
yeah, yeah. On the
Okay.
professional part.
So like,
And the talent part, yes.
okay, I'm gonna give you all of it. Okay, so like what I've heard, I've been talking with a lot of people and we had like this question multiple times in the podcast, to be honest. So the main answers that I got, like I'm gonna give you the
Mm-hmm.
answers that I got and then my opinion, okay? So
Mm-hmm.
we're like, okay, you can like measure being professional in two ways. The mindset way, you like the professional way in the sense of your skills, how much skills
Mm-hmm.
do you have? And the other
Mm-hmm.
one was like, how much money do you make? So that was like
Mm-hmm.
two ways that I heard most of the time. One was measured by, okay, can you live from it? Are you earning enough money? Can you like finance your whole life from dancing? Then you can call yourself professional. The other one was professional in the sense of how many foundation skills do you have mindset wise? Can you act professional on the set? So it depends how you measure it, in what
Mm-hmm.
way.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
my opinion, for me myself, professional for me means also, I think, more like it's more a mindset thingy. How do you behave towards others? It's not like,
Mm-hmm.
at one point, I think like at one point, everybody can at one point get to the point where you can dance really, really good. But then it depends on how's your character, how do you behave towards
Very
people,
good. Yeah.
what kind of human being are you, and do I want to work with you? Because we can all
Mm-hmm.
dance at the end of the day. Like,
Mm-hmm.
of course,
Mm-hmm.
there's like
Yeah.
levels, you know what I mean? But
Absolutely. Yeah.
yes, so I don't want to like talk down the skills part. That's really important, but you know what I mean, because
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
there's many amazing dancers, but like who are you gonna work with? The ones
Right.
who can,
Right. And that's very
fit into you.
individual.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly, exactly. And so on the talent part, because I
Mm-hmm.
was asking you because I was recognizing myself, I'm gonna tell you guys, like if somebody tells me, oh, you're lucky, you're so talented, I get offended. I'm
Uh-huh.
not like starting a war with the person, but I'm like, I'm training my ass off each night. I'm crying. I'm whatever. I spent so much money on it. Don't you dare to call me
Yeah.
lucky, you know? Don't you dare to call me lucky because there's so much blood and tears in this. So,
Yeah.
um, I don't know, but like,
Oh, sorry.
yeah,
I had
go
another
ahead.
idea. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
we're born with
Mm-hmm.
the potential.
Ooh, okay.
And
Mm-hmm.
then it's on the work and the effort we put in it and energy put into You know, how much of that potential can be used.
That's a good
So
point.
maybe not talent, but like potential. Like everybody is born with some kind of a potential, and then whether, you know, then other factors like, am I interested in it? And am I, you know, I am talented in, let's say, volleyball or sports in general, but let's say volleyball. I didn't put enough time or effort to into it. I like it. I like to play it, but you know, my curiosity led me a different way. But maybe I have a big potential. Maybe I could have become a professional volleyball player, you know, but I didn't. But that doesn't mean I do, you know, I do have talent for it. I just didn't use the potential of what I was born with. I don't know, maybe.
But that's also something someone once told me. It's like, you have potential, but if you don't make anything out of it, it's worth nothing. And I was like, oh my God, okay, you know. But like the whole conversation about, for me, if talent exists, came out of a conversation with my best friend, actually. He's not a dancer. He's not a dancer, okay? So his view is like, you know, he's a physician, like he's studying physics. Do you call it physics? No, I don't know. Physica. I have no idea.
Studying physics.
Yes, exactly. So he's like really rational, okay? So, and I'm a really dreamy person. I'm like, oh my God, the universe, you know, I'm that kind of person. So, and he was like we were talking, and actually, I think I was telling him about like the talent thing, like that I get offended if somebody tells me like, oh, you're just like lucky, you know? And he was like, but you never, you know, you only hear about the people who made it. And then they say like, oh, it always made sense. It was always like, you know, coming their way. And he was saying like, in his opinion, talent, like in a sense of like it exists, because and there's also luck in his opinion, because he was saying the amount of people who really get successful in what they're doing, doesn't matter if it's dancing, music, whatever, they're lucky. But you know, they tell you when you listen to interviews, they're like, it always made sense. They were always working hard. They were like putting in a lot. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of people in the world who put in a lot. And the ones that really break through, they were lucky because they were in the right places with the right people, whatever. And I was like, okay, I don't want to believe that, because I don't want to like put all my future, all my whatever on the fact of, oh, let's see if I'm lucky or not. I don't want to like.
But you know what they say, what luck is? Luck means preparation meets opportunity.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yes. So luck, does it exist? It's just like things, you know, there's an opportunity and you're prepared for it and you match what opens up for you. That's luck. I mean, for me.
That makes sense to me, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like except maybe lottery, you know.
Yeah, okay.
Lottery.
Okay, like there you can really prepare that, right?
But still, yeah, you can, because you bought the ticket, you know.
You bought the ticket.
You did.
True.
If you didn't, there is no way you can get it. So there's an opportunity, and I had money and I bought the ticket. So in some way, that, you know.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true. I love the.
So yeah, I don't believe really in luck in that way. It's more of a, you know, energies coming together, vibrations. I don't know, in the right moment, right time, of course. But there's something with the frequencies that I believe in, that certain things happen for a reason. It's all, I don't know, not pre-planned, but
meant to be.
Meant to be. Yeah.
Yes, I love that. I love that. It was like, for me, it was really interesting because, you know, he has like a really rational point of view, like a non-dancer point of view on top of that. And I was like, this conversation was it was really interesting, but it was so intense because I was like, no, I don't want to like believe in it's just luck and you can't work on it. And I was like that's why I wanted to ask you as well, like, would you say you were only like, would you say, okay, I was lucky because I was just like the lucky one to be able to dance with. I was just lucky. Would you say that?
No. I am lucky because that's the dream come true. I feel lucky, but so like there's so many things like behind the scenes
Yeah.
that were happening before me booking that job. And in the way that if you just like take that event of me booking the job and take it out of the context, oh my God, look at this lucky beep, you know? Sure, I'm lucky, but also
you're a human being.
I was just me. And I was doing things that obviously are not natural to everybody, but for me they were, you know. So
no, but like sorry.
No, that's it.
No, but like, can you tell you something like what I recognize talking to so many people? I have the feeling like the people who really get far in the industry and really are like in the industry for the long run, for me, those people seem to me like the most down to earth people, the most, you know, they're like in their zen, you know, they're like, I don't know, and the way they talk to me, the way they talk to others, I'm like, you know, and you've reached so much, you have been so successful and you continue to be successful, but you know, the way you behave towards me is like a normal human way, how it should be, you know, but that's not like how everybody's talking to me, you know, like there's
I'm sorry.
no,
I'm
but like
sorry that that's not the case, but
no, I don't tell you because of that. It's just like
no.
For me, it's like you're a human. Why shouldn't you talk normal to me? I get totally what you say because like I'm the same. Why should I talk differently to somebody or like behave different or be like? I totally get what you're saying. It's just like,
but you know, I think those are just people's insecurities in the end, you know, and those are the things. Everybody who is, in my opinion, like talking down on someone or being aggressive or being rude, that's their insecurities that they're trying to fill with, you know, positioning themselves over someone. And basically, longer I live, I'm more able to find compassion for those people, because in the end, like, I feel sad for them, you know, because they are not able to find a different way of like healing themselves. You know, I don't want to sound too, you know,
no.
you know.
Also, like, I don't think like it's their fault because, like, you know, maybe they grew up in an environment that was really toxic, you know. And maybe
we
we
all
were
have our
lucky
story.
to have our environment that was healthy, you know. So,
or I mean, you never know. Sometimes the kindest person had a really I don't know if I can curse on this podcast.
you can curse.
I can.
You're
Okay,
allowed.
let me say a really shitty life, like a really shitty life. But then there's something that made them, you know, find a different way. So not all nice people are like lucky to have a great, you know, life. Sometimes it's extremely the opposite.
Yeah.
You know, so, but just kind of connecting to that point of like kind of we tapped into being human, you know, in the industry. For example, the commercials that I did for Old Navy, I did five national commercials. And sure, Old Navy is a brand, or like the team behind it, known to kind of like reuse the people. But I don't know if anybody has done five in a row. And the last one I did, they literally called me again because and literally I come to that set, people from wardrobe, from because they would have the same people from wardrobe and the stylist and a makeup artist and the hair. They like keep reusing the same people. They would get so excited to see me. And again, I feel like I kept booking Old Navy because I'm nice to work with. I'm nice to be around. I follow directions. Like I don't, and that doesn't mean like I don't stand up for myself, but it means that like I'm flexible to, you know, to also remove my ego and my intention and focus when I'm doing the job. Let's make this product or whatever we're working for. I'm not working for myself. It's not like Maja Keres in this commercial. It's Old Navy. So we're all working for Old Navy, and let's make this now the best that it can be. So like being able to remove your ego and be there for some other purpose, I think it's something that I can easily do, you know. So yeah, like I keep booking jobs because I'm a great human being, but not a great dancer. I'm kidding.
Don't say that. You're amazing. Don't say that. But do you know the story why I invited Lily to the podcast? Do you know that story?
Which one?
Lily.
Probably I do, but no, I know Lily, but story?
Actually, because I did not know that she was like in America dancing with Chris Brown. I did not know that.
Now the last one that she did, the trip,
like generally, I did not know about life.
Okay.
I did not know. I was like, it was like an intensive day. Kind of, we had like 2 free classes, and she did the warm up. She did like a 30-minute movement meditation, and I was like in the class. I was like, oh, that girl seems nice. I love her, approach to movement, repeating it, breathing, and I was like, she has like a really nice aura. She has like a really nice energy. I like her attitude. So I was like texting her, hey, do you want to have a talk? I love how you approach movement, with the meditation movement wise, like repetition. And then I was sitting down with her in the meeting, and she was like, like she did not start talking about like, oh my God, I did this and this, but like in the conversation, I was recognizing this girl was in America dancing with Chris Brown, doing this and this and this. I was like, my 18-year-old self was like, oh wait. I did not know that. I didn't know that. And I just invited because I was like, oh, she's nice.
And then she opened the box.
And I was like,
not only Chris, she did so many things.
She did so much.
Rihanna, Sierra, I'm gonna even forget someone.
And I was sitting there and I was like, I did not know that at all. I did not know that at all. I was just like, oh my God, I like you. That was so
cute. Yeah, but also, it was meant to be. Like you connected on some way, and then like it was meant to be for you to find out what she's hiding.
Oh my God, no, that was really fun. But do we want to get like into the topic of being the human within the business? Because you were like also telling me, being with your friends, having like you working with your friends as well, you're touring with people a year long. So I hope you guys got to be friends, because otherwise it would be like a little exhausting. But how is it for you, like maintaining friendship, business? Because like, like in the dance, I think like it's a really, really nice thing that we're like close to each other, having fun, sharing our passion, but at the same time, it's our job. And how much, what's your approach to that?
Yeah, because it's also a competition because you're, in it for the same job. And I mean, just addressing our last tour, the Man of the Woods, it was 6 of us on the road the whole time, dancers. And then we had 2 swings that came in and out when we needed them. But we really, really became so close. And of course, like some people knew each other from before, some just met. But we really still to this day like share such a strong bond. However, it's not the case all the time in all camps. And I think we were lucky enough to also be only 6 of us. Larger the group, more the characters, different personalities, different age differences in general. So, it's more prone to, form like little groups. And, it's not natural for like 20 people to just like all be best friends. Maybe it's possible. But just, I think we're very blessed to, have been the people that we were on this tour. And I love each and every one of them. Like, they're my family, and I know they would say the same for me. So yeah, and my experience in general, especially like in LA, because I remember when I was first moving there, I would hear, oh my God, LA, the girls there, like, be careful, like, you know, telling me these stories that I should be, cautious.
Yeah.
And not saying that that doesn't exist, but it never happened to me.
Okay.
I was, again, lucky enough to every job that I did, I was surrounded with great people. But I really am a great believer of, like, you attract what you are. And for some reason, like, I wasn't focused on that, like finding the bitchiness or finding that kind of environment. I just, like, ignored, like, I heard it, and then I was like, okay, well, it can still exist, but I would love to, be in the room where it feels great. And that's nowadays, I mean, for a couple of years now, that's my goal. Like, I don't have, ooh, I would love to, I mean, sure I do, but like, I would love to work for a certain people or on a certain event, but it's more of like, I just want any job that I'm on to feel great, regardless if it's like a brand that you've never heard of or that I've never heard of. It's fine. Like, as long as it's, that I feel good and appreciated, and that the energy is great. That's, yeah, that's my goal.
Yeah.
In my career. Yeah, like, my standards kind of shifted, but I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's more important for me now than, like, having something to write on my resume that you will be like, oh my God, like, I feel accomplished. So now it's just like fulfilling my soul. I mean, it was always fulfilling my soul, but now I'm just like
Yeah.
even more sure in that. um but what else? You asked me about this, like, being a human. Yeah, I think we're all humans first, and it's just the human connection that I find so valuable and important. And I think, there's it's hard because, yes, you're in the same world, and being with your friends that you're also competing for the same job, but like, finding that joy for someone else, when somebody else gets something that you're not, and trusting that, it was for them. What is not for me is not for me. And maybe I cannot understand why right now, but it always and always, and I have to remind myself too, in those moments, when it feels like, oh, why not me, or whatever, that sometime after, I will be able to know why. And there's this one speech that Steve Jobs gave to, like, a commencement speech for, I forgot which university. I don't know, but he gives this, like, a long speech, and one of the things he says is, you can only connect the dots looking backwards.
Yep.
And yeah, and like, things even and then he, of course, addresses his life and how he got to Apple. Like, oh my God, boom, he got fired from his own, like, company, la 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 la, in order to come back to it. And it had to happen. But at that point, I'm sure it was, a heartbreak, a disaster, and it felt like shit. But then you can only connect the dots looking backwards, and then it makes sense. So if you can stay present in this day, in this moment, and be happy for someone else, I think that's the best human skills that you can have, you know, but it's hard. All the best things are, you know, you have to work for them, and you never like get to the point, oh, okay, now I'm there. Like you have to keep like working on it. It's like, you know, body and fitness. It's easier to understand it when you're thinking about body and like, okay, you know, like if I stop for 3 months, I'm gonna lose my muscles and my fitness. But then it's the same thing with the mental, emotional health. Like you have to keep working on it, and you're gonna get new challenges and then apply new things and apply old things. But you have to keep working on that. And I think that's such a big part of the entertainment industry and the dancer's life, because we meet so many rejection, comparison, validation. Woof, it's hard, and you really have to grow thick skin, and you have to care about your mental health and the support system from, especially like, you know, I'm there by myself. So having a support system over there, and I have a small circle of friends, but I choose them carefully, you know, because it's really important that we're there for each other. And of course, I have my people here back home. You know, when I moved, I was already a grown ass person. You know, I moved pretty late. I moved when I was 27.
Really?
So
I don't know.
yes, yes, people, I am 36. So I moved, I think I was 27, and so I had the whole life built here. My friendships, like, you know, those are my family. So it's not that I went there as a young girl that was still molding. Of course, I grew still, but you know, I had some strong bonds here. So it was really hard for me to make friendships and like to let people in. That's my personal, you know, challenge that I'm still working on. But that's why I always, you know, I have to have that once a year trip home to fill my soul. Like I have to like recharge my soul here, because it can get vain in Los Angeles, and very like business mode, like where that humanity part kind of gets lost. And then I come back here to fill my heart, and then I can go back. I'm going back tomorrow, so I'm ready.
Guys, Maja told me she was going back and forth like 2-3 times now.
Oh my God, yes.
You're so jet lagged, probably, right?
I honestly, I don't know which time zone my body and mind are. I'm like,
you're here present.
oh,
That's
yes,
it.
yes, I'm here right now. That's all that matters. Yeah, it's been a wild 2 months. I was not supposed to stay here for that long, but I also was like prolonging my stay because I kept like coming back, and then I have to go back to LA again, or just to the States. And then I was like, okay, let me go back now again, because I already set some work here and workshops and teaching. So I did my last workshop yesterday and having a day off today in Zagreb, and I'm flying back tomorrow to LA.
I'm happy you're using your day off for us.
Yes, me too.
I wanted to get back to the fact, because you said of, you know, not being like afraid of rejection, or like that you're gonna be rejected probably. Someone once told me, okay, I'm gonna rephrase it how the person said it. I would say differently. The people who are working in the industry are often not the most talented ones, but the most persistent ones.
Ooh.
Yes. Somebody once told me that. I will rephrase it, but because like of the talented part, the discussion we had, you know. But I think like the persistence and to be rejected, that's like a big part.
So yeah, I guess the conclusion is you have to to trust and just go. Like you really never know. You never know what pieces are being put together and how behind the scenes, you know, as you are just living your life.
I love how you, like, at the workshop we had, there was one phrase that said that really sticked with me. Like, you said more that stick with me, obviously, but you know, the one phrase, and you were saying, always treat your training or like the way you behave, you know, like it's in the most professional way ever. Treat every class like it's like, you know, the last thing you need to do to book that job, because you never know when the bigger opportunities are coming to snatch you around the corner or something like that. I was like, that was so true, because I was like, you know, you're not just training just because. You should treat each training or whatever you're doing like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get everything out of it, you know. And I loved how you phrased that, and I think that's like a good example. And to write post-its, of course. Write a post-it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, I think, you know, it kind of goes along with that saying, don't get ready, stay ready, um or yeah, perform as you're rehearsing and rehearse as you're performing.
Yeah.
Because each one, like the rehearsal feeling or training practice feeling, gives you that sense of like it's all good, like I'm safe and relaxed and I can push my, you know, boundaries. But then the performance um feeling gives you, you know, that adrenaline, that like, hey, one take, you know, we have to, it's now or never, you know. It gives you that push. The kind of like combining the two, the calmness and then the push, I think is the recipe for success. And that, I think what I feel, it's more about that, the feeling, but some, not necessarily, you know, you don't have to like put the whole makeup on and like the body, but if that helps you personally or anybody to get more into that feeling, like coming to the you know, class like that, sure. For me, no. For me, it's just like me imagining that I'm on stage is good enough. Like I can get myself there with my mind. But sometimes, you know, I feel like, hey, let me dress up. I don't think, yeah, it's whatever works for an individual. But then like trying also as you're performing, like trying to get that feeling of relaxation, which I think is harder, you know. Now when we did the Las Vegas show, I was like, oh my God, girl, why are you so stressed? I had like such a mind chatter with myself. And then after we did that show, we had another one in Cancun in Mexico. And for that one, after I was stressed for the first one, for that one, I was like, oh my God, I cannot wait to be on stage. Yeah, I found it for the second one. But you know, every day is different. We keep working and growing and like working on ourselves. It's a never ending process. Nobody is invincible.
I need to jump in on that. You're getting like, you've been dancing on many stages now. Do you still get nervous? How is it dancing in front of like thousands of people?
I mean, it's incredible, but it's also, I think, yeah, it's the same as dancing in front of 10 people. I don't know. In some way, I don't know. There is this energy of the crowd that of course lifts you up, but I'm so grateful for my experiences back home, like when we just started, and I think that's where I developed my, I don't know, some maybe professionalism or whatever, because like the stages that we performed at, but we treated it as we're performing for, you know, 10,000 of people. I think that's where, again, practice performance that like treated the same way. I think that's where it comes from. Like we used to perform in this like theater. It's like a off like off Broadway, but like it's like a underground theater, let's call it. and they would have like this performance like Fridays, where it was like a lot of acting scenes, and then we would be like we would perform like in between those, and the people were, you know, sitting at tables literally this far from you, and then you're performing. And that's where, you know, you learn to own it. And then like you learn how it is to have audience that is, you know, great, audience that sucks. You learn with those things. And then, you know, it's crazy because it happens with 10,000 of people as well in the arena. Like sometimes the crowd was so great, it lifts you up, and sometimes the crowd is like it's dead, and then you're just like, oh my god. But then I just remember like, hey, I did it in way worse conditions, so this is, you know, this is nothing. Yeah, but it's especially, you know, when people are fans, and then they're just like, you can see it in their eyes, they're just like, they're living through some feelings that you know, I can only imagine, because I was also that person, you know, like yeah, when
I also understand. Yeah.
Yes, I do know how that is. So no, it's great, it's amazing, I love it. Yeah.
And maybe let's go to our last point, because we've already been talking for an hour, so let's use the
wow.
No, I know.
Hello, my name is Maja, and I love to talk.
Oh my god, I love it. I love it. So maybe let's use the rest of the time to get more to the
Okay.
tour industry stuff. Okay, without talking about your financial stuff, but there's a certain alliances, unions for dancers that are like saying like what is normal to get paid. Do you want to inform us a little bit about that?
Yes, so there is well, I think there is multiple now union, not unions, but like groups of dancers support system, let's call them groups. So
Well, American or English though, right?
Well, there is an American, there is a British one too. The American one is Dancers Alliance, and they have their website, Instagram, whatever. They are a group of people that, a nonprofit that is trying to, you know, help the dance community set the standards, because we are not unionized. We can be a part of the union, which is SAG-AFTRA, but SAG-AFTRA is like a performers union. Like the dancers are just like a little bracket in that whole little chapter in that whole book. But Dancers Alliance is of course focused on dancers only. And, you know, without too much talking about it, I would really like highly suggest for anybody, it doesn't have to be American people, but like anybody in the world, to just like go and see. And it's not about the prices, not about the rates, but it's just like the things that can be or should be like paid attention to when charging somebody for your work. And it's I think you know, things like using your clothes, and things as like, you know, if it's a 4-hour rehearsal or it's an 8-hour rehearsal, it's a different effort, it's a different, you know, use of time for a dancer. Or if people extend that 8 hours to 10 hours, it's like you have to give some like overtime. So I think it's very educational for dancers around the world to go to the website for Dancers Alliance, or what is the name of the UK one?
I think you told me Union for no. Oh, no,
something for the
I can't read my notes right now.
Okay.
I wrote it down really bad and I can't read it.
I should know that, and I don't.
Something like that?
Say it again.
I don't know how to pronounce it. I wrote down Segetra, something like that.
No, SAG-AFTRA is Union for Performance. Dancers Network,
okay.
UK.
Okay.
Okay, so check that out too. Just I feel it can help communicate. I feel like even here in Croatia, it's not about the rate. Like you can keep the same rate because I think like people are, working on it, but just kind of to inform. I think it's all about the communication and the education of people who are not dancers but are hiring dancers, that they understand and they learn. And how are they going to learn unless we say? Because I think that they learn that it's not a step up movie. Dancers do not just like gather on the show day and all of a sudden everybody knows the choreography. That's a movie. It's not real life. So informing them, putting the same price, but just like breaking it down: rehearsal rate, show rate. If you're the choreographer or like somebody from production, that they know that like you're using the space that has to be paid for, the meals that people have to eat, sometimes the travel cost, if they're using their own wardrobe, like it's not God-given, it didn't fall from the sky. So just kind of like to inform, hey, yes, we love our job, but also it took us years to get here to be able to learn something in 10 minutes,
Yes.
So it means that people are skillful and they didn't just like show up and like, woo, it takes years to be able to do something quickly and great. So I don't know. I think, Dancers Alliance, just kind of go and check it out. Check out what things like those, like in between the lines and like the asterisk things that it can give you some ideas what things fall under your maybe rights to ask for, because if you don't ask, nobody's gonna give it to you.
Yeah. How should you know?
Usually, because they usually don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know. But I also emphasize a lot, it's how you ask, and just going back to what we talked about, like regardless of if you think you're being treated unfair or whatever, you still can communicate that in a very professional and mature way, I think. And I think when people see us as mature and knowledgeable, then they can treat us as such as well.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Let's go to the point of the moving to United States as a European and the paperwork. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think that's also going to be a bigger one, probably, what you have to say. Tips?
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try to cut it short, but like
you don't need to try to cut it short, but like just
okay.
I'm just like I don't want to miss out on anything that we wrote down. So
got it.
Let me know. Yes.
Well, for anybody, who's not from the United States, it's not just, you go there and then you work. You're not legal to work. And for us dancers, so for me, when I was, I got noticed by the agency Clear Time Group when I was there, just like training in New York. And they called me and they asked me, we would like to sign you. Do you have, or are you working on your O1 visa? That's the name. And I'm like, yes, which I did not at the time. But then I didn't even know that was possible. So Google, or there was like few girls that just got the O1 visa at that moment. So then I did my research. So anyways, there is an O1 visa, which means extraordinary ability visa. So basically you have to prove to the immigration office that you are extraordinary in what you do, but you cannot just like say, hey, I'm extraordinary. You have to prove it on paper, like treating it as it's, a case on the court. And you have to present your arguments why you are that extraordinary that the whole United States doesn't have one like you, so they have to bring you to the United States because you are so special. Basically, it sounds more intimidating as I say it now, but like just that is the leading thread of your focus when you're like you have to ask for recommendation letters from people from the industry, like the people the choreographers, the maybe, you know, directors, producers, organizers of the shows. Those people kind of like can judge your skills, your abilities. You have to have a collection of those. You have to have certain evidence that you performed somewhere or you were seen. Yeah, like that's the trickiest one when before you're doing your first artist visa, because basically, like, sure, you can perform, but you cannot get paid. So how are you going to perform at like big name events if you're not legal to perform? So that's tricky. So you kind of like try to put, you know, maybe carnivals or cyber rides or like some dance shows, but also maybe helping out someone, but you have to basically do it for free, which also sucks because then you're undermining the, you know, the whole dance and what I just said, the dancers going, it's like, oh, it's tricky. It's tricky. So it's not easy. So anybody who's ever got an O1 visa, boom, I commend you, because it's hard. And also for those people like who don't know what's the process, it's hard, you know,
and expensive,
you know,
right? Like
yes,
paying a lawyer, it's expensive, right? I know.
Expensive. You have to have a lawyer. I mean, maybe you don't. I don't know. I think you do, but there's different like ways. But yes, paying a lawyer, paying all the fees. When you collect that, you have to have like a petitioner who's gonna sign that for you. That they're like, you know, they're petitioning for you, and then it's a lot of money. And then it's only 3 years. I mean, 3 years is the maximum. You can like get approved for less. So every 3 years,
And
you
you need to
want to
apply
say,
again.
let's do it again. Yep. The only thing that's easier is that you've done it already. So you get the confidence, like, but you have to
I'm
go
extraordinary. I want to stay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like
So
for
it's a
you,
lot of things.
for you being like 8 years now, over 9 years, you said, right? Over there, it's like it still stays those 3 years. There's no other way to be able to stay over there.
I could ask for a green card. I could apply for a green card.
Yeah. But
Could get married.
yeah.
But honestly, yeah, I don't know. I don't know yet. I just extended my artist visa, the fourth one, because I just am not sure if I want the green card. I don't know. I'm having my cards open where I want to be, what I want to do. I'm going with the flow. If it happens, listen, I'm playing that green card lottery every year, so maybe that happens. If it's meant to be, maybe I'm gonna be lucky.
Yeah. If you're lucky enough and it's meant to be,
if I'm lucky enough, yep. So, but yes, but however, with the O1 visa, you know, like please, if anybody is listening and thinking about it, don't get discouraged. It sounds like I just threw at you like all the, oh my God, it's hard, but obviously it's doable. There are plenty of people who are there with the O1 visa who did it. And I think the most important thing is to ask for like support or ask somebody who has it to help you out and to give you recommendations, and you can, you know, you can do it. But before you do that, like make sure that you have things in order where you're from. So it's not only the things in the States that count, it's what you did at home as well. So if that's the only thing you can focus on right now, do that. Like be on it in the country where you're from, because that counts very much too. Yeah.
Okay, let's slowly get to an end.
Okay.
Yeah,
Slowly.
slowly. I think I have two more questions to, I think,
Okay.
smooth the end.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to everybody who's listening right now? It doesn't matter in which state of their life they are. If they have the dream of, wanting to be dancing on big stages, touring, or going to America, what would you want to tell them? Or what would you want them to know?
I would love to tell them that every person has their own story. And I just told you my story, but my story is my story. And there is no one recipe or the steps that you need to take in order to, get somewhere. I think the one recipe is follow like really do it out of love. Like whatever you do, like ask yourself, am I doing this because I genuinely like enjoy doing? I think that can get you far. Like that and trust, you know. Um when I first, went to New York, I went to train. I went to Broadway Dance Center because I really wanted to learn as much as I can about dance in all ways possible. Like I wanted to learn contemporary and ballet and jazz, and on the other hand, I wanted to know more about hip hop and house and voguing and locking. And I literally went there because I was hungry for knowledge, because I just wanted to be a better dancer. Full stop. I did not even know that there is a visa for, extraordinary ability that I can work with. I did not know until I was already there and people like started talking about it, and then this agency and whatever, that opened some other, rolled some other ball. So yeah, do things because just of those things. Don't plan, don't strategize. I mean, again, no, that's wrong, because maybe some people need to strategize. I don't know. But I would just say don't forget why you're doing things. Yeah. And just trust. Like if you love it, if you guide with and lead with love, I think it has to happen, you know? It has to happen if you trust as well. Trust and love. Yeah.
Okay, I think with those words, we can beautifully end this episode with. I love how we just put everything together, summing it up at the end. Yeah, at the end, do you like, of course, we have tagged you everywhere, guys. You can find her down below and everywhere, where we're publishing this episode. Is there anything else, like a website or whatever you want to give away? A TikTok page, I don't know, whatever.
Oh, my website? I
Yeah.
mean, you can, yeah. Oh, let me see if I can remember all of those. So yes, you can click on my website, which is still like in process of building, but it's out. It's www.majakeres.com. It's Maya with a J. Don't get confused. Or my Instagram. I don't have TikTok. But I have Instagram, and it's at Maja, again, Majakeresh, is my Instagram handle. I added the H because we put the S with a tick, and that's
Yeah.
yeah,
That
that's
makes
the
sense now
Croatian
that you
way.
tell me. I
Yeah,
haven't
that's
recognized
why.
that, but that makes sense. Yeah, that makes so much
Uh-huh.
sense.
So I made it easier for English speaking people.
Yes. Oh my God, I love that. Okay, guys, I'm extremely proud of you if you've listened to the whole episode. This has been a
Oh my God,
lot
me
of
too. I'm
knowledge.
sorry.
No, I love it. I love it. Like, to be honest, I've been like last episodes I recorded. They always turned out pretty long. I think I don't know. I'm also really, really talkative in the past, so like it's fine. I love it. What is like I don't know, what is like an emoji that you use a lot, for example, or a really random emoji that you like to use?
Oh, really random one.
Give me a random one.
Well, a random one. I love, well, I love this. I love this one. I love this one.
Okay.
Oh, is this gonna be recorded? Okay, or do I have to describe it with words?
Yeah, for the people who are not watching this on YouTube.
I love the, wait, let me see my last used emoji and then I'm gonna tell you.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, you know, the random one that I really use often is the party one.
With the hat and
Yeah.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love that one.
Okay, guys. So if you've listened to the whole episode, you better go on our Instagram page and comment that emoji. I want to see how much of you guys have listened to the whole thing. Okay.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. Yes, please.
Yes. Let's do it. Or on YouTube, wherever you're watching this episode. Okay, I don't think, no, you can't comment stuff on Spotify or whatever. But on YouTube and Instagram, go comment that emoji. I want to see you guys listening.
Amazing.
Okay, so thank you so much for this interview, for this exchange, for everything you gave away, you were telling us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, guys, you know where to find us. If you've listened to the episode on Spotify, go over to YouTube and watch it again, and the other way around, of course. You can give us a 5-star recommendation if you feel like it. We would be really, really happy for the support. Or if you want to send the episode to friends, whatever, to spread the word, spread the love. Get some more knowledge out there in our dance scene. We would be really, really thankful. And yeah, thank you so much, Maja. That's everything.
Thank you.
Say. And yeah, have a nice day, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.